Can't believe it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Controller Slot B. As normal as it's ever been, absolutely normal here. Nothing wrong. I'm here with my co-host Trent, as usual.
Hey,
Yeah, he sounds a little different, but he's bilingual. It's okay.
I
Um,
have a I have a cold. I have a cold, and I'm practicing my Cantonese. It's a mess. Don't worry about it.
oh no, but in all seriousness, though, this is Rat. I've done podcasts with him in the past. He's a rat man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, look at me. I'm local rat man. How you doing? Winky face. I'm a streamer, and I've run with podcasts before, and this will be the I guess like second attempt that me and Bret are trying for a podcast. It's good to yell at the both of you. Or all of you. It's great.
Yeah, it's yeah, the both of you, all two of you out there. Welcome to the show. But yeah, it's this is like a hard reboot on all my past projects because I've tried to do podcasts in the past and they've all failed for different reasons. So I've very carefully calculated this one to be as hard to make fail as possible. Very adaptable, very easy to construct.
I got a feeling we got this. I think we're gonna set this together. And it's not gonna be a huge problem.
Yeah, this is episode 9, if I remember the numbers correctly. But I'm bad at counting, harder than my fingers. But you know, episode 9, we're making headway. We're doing it. Yeah. So Rhett, you got any? Hate to put you on the spot, but do you got anything that you wanna bring up? You wanna discuss? Throw some stuff out there.
Well, put me on this. I can't believe you right now. You go, yeah, first day on the job. I'm so nervous. Hey, and Conquer Remastered came out not too very long ago. If folks are into the RTS kind of scene, Command and Conquer
Oh.
other RTS other than StarCraft and Warcraft that came out during that time, and the remaster is a proper remaster. Uh, so that's looking
Mhm.
exciting. Yeah, yeah. You ever got into RTSs?
Nah, it's not really my thing. Too stressful.
Is it too stressful?
I don't know. I came up
Well,
on like turn-based strategy, so when it becomes real-time strategy, I'm just fucking go go go, very lost all the time.
I'm sitting here trying to like wrap my mind over the fact that the this baby boy won't this baby boy won't be all too interested in RTSs, but you play fucking Mario Maker. What is why?
Well, I'm decent at Mario Maker. I can understand Hoo Hoo Man goes sideways on platform, but you know, I don't know. I haven't really tried. I'm saying I'm giving an opinion based on trying RTSs for 5 minutes and then giving up. Uh,
Yeah,
never to
so
return again. But yeah, I don't know. This might be a nice jumping on point.
instead of jumping into the intense action of Zerg rushes and complex strategy, you're just like, hoo hoo, man, go jump.
Yeah.
I've seen some Mario Maker levels, and you're trying to tell me that that's less stressful than StarCraft.
Mario Maker is less stressful because I'm ever so slightly in my element, even though I'm still terrible at it. Like, have you seen my Mario Maker streams? I spend like 45 minutes on a level, and it's not even a hard one.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I guess as long as it's not the auto-scrolling levels, you're basically fine. So yeah.
Dude, I have never once. I can't remember the last time I actually finished more than 3 levels on a stream. And usually those streams are like 2 or 3 hours.
People drop their fucking levels down, and they're like, "Hey, you want to see a funny joke?" And they drop a level down.
You know,
And guess what? It is.
yeah.
Shit.
It's only half an hour into said level that you realize that you were the funny joke the whole time. It's I don't know. I like to give myself the benefit of the doubt and say that I'm good at it, but I'm just not good on stream because most people who are dropping levels on stream intentionally built the level to see a streamer fail at it.
I got this he who man.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, Mario Maker was a thing. and I still do Mario Maker occasionally. I haven't in a while, but trying new shit, doing new garbage. Yeah, but Command and
So, like
Conquer,
Portal 2,
yeah. Command and Conquer. You said Command and Conquer remake. I think Discord like muffled you a bit, and all I heard was Conquer remake, and I was thinking Bad Fur Day for a minute there until you said
yeah.
RTS. I was like, do my fucking ears deceive me?
Fucking Brett over here is breathing hard, about to go and start sweating a moment ago. So yeah, I got
Dude, I'm. You said Conquer remake. I'm about to shit and cum all at one time. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. You know what? Fuck it. It's
your
my show. I'm allowed to say that.
your fucking show. You can say whatever.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like it though when I say that, and I'm not sure Twitch would either. But fuck it.
Just go ahead and like put a fucking blowhorn over him. You'll be fine.
Dude, this is my space where I go and I bitch about Twitch on a weekly basis.
God, yeah, all right, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I love Twitch. Twitch is a great platform, but because muting like half of a 2-hour VOD for 5 minutes of music kind of seems a little bullshit to me. I don't know.
It's rough. But the thing
It's
is I said this before. With the new rules in place with DMCA takedowns, it's a great opportunity to start supporting like music artists that are lower end, and then a whole bunch of music artists had started to say, "Yeah, I won't flag you. You're fine." That sort of thing.
yeah. That's great, and I love that that's happening. And initially when it started happening more, and I started getting DMCA'd like every stream, I was like, this has never been a problem before. And then I googled it, and apparently there's a whole fucking thing going on, and Twitch just has a rule that they are now enforcing. That's just been there the whole time.
Oh God! Like it's not like they didn't tell us. That's the biggest problem.
Oh no,
Because
yeah, I knew I was gonna get fucking slapped eventually, but I didn't expect it to be today.
fine. It's like, well, it's been like fucking years. It's like, yeah, we'll just mute you right now, but it's gonna be bad later. Turns out it's bad later.
Yeah, the worst I've gotten out of it is a couple muted VODs, and the fact that I've gotten away with this for nearly a year, I kind of deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. Even though half my VOD got muted, I genuinely kind of deserve it. I'm a big man. I can admit when I'm wrong. I make big shits sometimes.
You can
Um,
cry.
yeah. Scooting right along though. Unless you've got more Twitch topics that you want me to bitch about and then sweat profusely over.
I'm mad. I'm angry, but we'll get back to that later. Talk to me about it. Tell me what's up.
Oh, you sounded like you were stressed out about talking about speaking ill of
you-
Twitch there for a second.
No, I'm not. I'm not stressed out at all. But that's not even like my pet peeve. My pet peeve got hit real hard this weekend.
Oh
so
boy,
I'm
what
very
happened?
interested to talk about that. So unless you have another topic to get into, don't worry about it.
Oh,
But
don't worry.
otherwise-
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry about this though. So, so you know what my biggest topic is? This is coming from someone who's gamed my entire life. I've a Sega Genesis was my first system, and I've for the 29 years that I've been around, I've always had something going around and playing some game, and so I glance over to and I say this with absolutely no regret in my heart that gamers are scum. And there's a reason why I say that, and one of the reasons why I say that is that I was browsing Twitter as I usually do, and there are two times when I realized that I'm angry, and one of these wonderful times was that I was browsing, and it's let me go ahead and make sure I got this right. An Italian composer recently died.
Oh yeah, I think I got word of that. I don't remember his name, but I got word of that.
Let me make sure I got this right. 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna fill time for you while you Google that and fact check yourself.
Got
But yeah, getting mad on Twitter is a daily occurrence, man. I try to avoid it. I really do, but there's just a certain part. There comes a point in every man's life where he has to just call somebody scum on Twitter for what they really are. You know, it's less anger and more stress now that literally every person in the fighting game community is just getting called out for something, whether it be, true or absolutely factual or not. A lot of these are allegations. I don't want to get deep into this topic. I really fucking don't, because I'm super ill-informed on it and wouldn't want to drag out, but
We can absolutely yell about that another time when we're a little bit more information. But it's
yeah.
but anyway, iconic composer Ennio Morricone. Morricone. I'm sure I'm going to say that wrong. I'm sure I said it wrong. Died at 91. Real shame. He scored The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. 500 more films. He helped score some of the music in Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead
Oh
Redemption
yeah.
2. He was a well liked composer. And Rockstar goes ahead and drops a, thank you very much for, your time with the Western genre would not be where it is without you, that sort of thing. And in the replies, in the first, few replies in there, the replies to that heartfelt thread by Rockstar is are
Oh
people
god.
saying that I didn't get my fake money for GTA Online this week,
Oh
and
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. And then like it goes down it's like, hey, when's GTA 6 coming out? Hey, where's the trailer for GTA 6? And like I go ahead and find out in this blind rage, I find out that I can make people very angry by calling them dweebs on the internet.
Oh boy.
So like like just say, hey, give me your lunch money, dweeb, and like I got there's so much hate, but
Mhm.
it lifted me up. It gave me power for the week. Um, and it's the same thing with like Pokemon Sun and Moon was not even out, and this is a few months back.
Right.
One of the developers on their personal blog goes out and congratulates a friend for getting married, right? And the replies are all about how bad the new game looks.
Jesus Christ.
It's scummy, and like,
This is
yeah,
horrid.
don't.
You know, I usually stand down from like generalizations, but gamers suck. I hate them.
It man, I enjoy gaming. I enjoy a lot of the culture that's come out of gaming. There's so many creative people that have gotten really fantastic work from being inspired by these games. Gamers are a scum.
Yeah.
They're pond scum, and they're awful. Like, and like, here, let's go and like take a glance at the Pokemon movie. Those designs were done by a fan of the Pokemon games,
Yeah.
right? That had made like realistic Pokemon
Mhm.
as a haha funny kind of thing on DeviantArt,
Yeah,
and he got a
Detective
fucking
Pikachu, right?
like, yeah, Detective Pikachu got the fan artist got a huge job and was part of the design team there.
Which is super
That's
fucking
that
wicked. I love that kind of story. You love to
that's
see it.
wicked as fuck. You'll love to see it, but we'll get him.
I'm assuming there's a
That's an
downturn
example.
here.
No. There's no
Oh,
downturn.
thank God.
Detective Pikachu was a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it in theaters. I fucking loved it.
Of course.
I think visually it was a fucking stunning movie, especially for being like 90 to 95% CG.
Oh God, and I can't even imagine how much work went into the rendering of that. But nope, there it is. It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. Were we heading in a direction with that, or are we just dunking on gamers for a minute?
No, I wanted to go ahead. I wanted to go ahead and lift the mood a little bit by saying, yeah, Pokemon's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still.
Uh,
Anyway, continue. I'm sure you got topics. Let's not yell about video
yeah.
games. Video game mean. Let's continue.
Yeah, I will, I
What you
will,
got?
I will cap that off with a nice little expression that someone else said that I kind of just yoinked and said, I'll have that. I enjoy and hang out with people who like video games. I hate gamers. That's just how it is. There's a high distinction to be made there. Anyway, unless you've got further comment, we will move right swiftly along to a what do I got? We could talk about VR chat and how
Do it.
and a topic that I figure you'd be a little bit informed on. A lot of furry conventions and other conventions too, but mainly furry conventions. a lot of conventions are moving full digital into VR chat, and there's like full models of convention centers, and there's like actual shit to do in there. It's amazing. It's fucking wicked, dude.
I was actually strongly considering picking up a VR set specifically for VR chat. So
Yeah,
I've been considering doing that. I might
highly
actually.
recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it on. I'm considering it, and
You
I
can be
know
the rat in VR though.
I do, and we have some really cool artists that would actually just straight up slap down a new look for me. So yeah, no, I think I will do that. I think I will pick that up. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, like I say, last I checked earlier this month or late last month, it was the Quest was fully like on regular retail price, which is a completely rare occurrence due to the fact they're in super short supply half the time, and Corona's not helping with that. Uh, but yeah, Oculus made some big money moves to make sure that the Quest was readily available in these fucking trying times. And if there's a headset to get, I highly recommend that one because you get Quest exclusive content. You can use a regular old USB-C cable now for Quest Link, so basically you're buying a Quest and a Rift in one.
Huh. So let me make sure we got this right. Can the Quest? I've noticed that the Oculus Quest can that be played with a PC? It
Yeah.
is waved down with a hey, you can go ahead and use this with a PC without a PC. But can you get a Quest without a PC?
Yes, you can use the Quest with or without a PC. I genuinely couldn't decipher that question. You lost me a little bit somewhere in the woods. But
That's fine.
the Quests, yes. All you gotta do, you can use it without a PC or like it's completely standalone. Like as long as it's not charging, zero wires, you're completely in there. But if you aren't, but if you want to hook it directly into your PC, you just use the USB-C charging port. You plug it into the PC and you just jack in. You know.
Back into that Quest, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's actually really good. I was considering getting the Steam setup, right?
oh Jesus Christ, the Index.
Yeah, the Index was looking really cool.
Well, that's a beefy motherfucker. You can also, I want to mention, the Quest's modding community is super in depth in that you can do like Quest stuff, Rift stuff, like Oculus brand stuff. You can do Vive stuff with it natively, but also people have modded it for being able to technically do Index exclusive stuff too, which is super cool. Get your Half-Life on.
Good shit. Yeah, I think I might be picking up a Quest sometime within the next month or so. So maybe I'll see you in VR chat sometime soon.
Oh hell yeah, dude! VR chat stream, let's go.
Maybe let's. Hey! Here's a concept that we'll do.
Oh yeah.
Let's turn this and let's turn this show into a VR talk show, VR chat talk show.
I don't think anybody's done that. I'm almost certain someone has. I haven't seen it, but I'm
Someone has
almost
to have done.
if you just blew that out on a whim, someone has to have done it because you said that and I realized how brilliant of a fucking idea that is for such a weird little niche. In fact, no. The devs do that. The VR chat devs do that themselves now that I think about it. Because they'll have like a little news desk, and it's less of a talk show, more of a news show where they go over like development stuff every now and again, and they'll sit there and they'll do that, and it's casual like a talk show.
Yeah, man, I think we might have something there. There evidently is there's a bunch of them, but I think we can hit that up. That's actually really cool.
That's a cool little niche, yeah. Maybe
Cool
for like a
idea.
special episode of the show, we all just fucking get in VR. That's the big plan, right? That's Quest is ultimate Christmas gift because I've invited several people over and I'm like, hey, come over here, come do some Beat Saber with me or something. Try out VR. You want to go to another fucking world in my living room? Go ahead. And I've got a lot of people hooked on it, and I'm like, yes, all right, that's Christmas gifts nailed down for the year. I can just buy like 6 of these and just throw them out there, you know?
I love it. Excellent, fantastic and powerful.
Yeah. It's a big brain play. Show your friends a thing, make them addicted to said thing, then buy them said thing for Christmas. Complete workaround. Done. Got it. Nobody loses there.
I can't tell you how much. I can't tell you how much I've been like, yeah, you don't have this. What's my issue? Oh, that's the issue. And we throw money at it.
Dude, it's not until recently I've had disposable income, like true disposable income with like hundreds of dollars at a time that I could just throw at anything that I please. And it's great. It's fucking nobody told me how many times that I've sat and I've dealt with a tech issue and just sat and dealt with it for 12 hours instead of like if you throw money at that same issue, it's just gone. It's out of there immediately.
I'm in the mood. That sounds great.
It's a great pastime throwing money at your problems and or enemies. It's fun. Um
Yes.
something I wanna fade into though here and roll back to is like conventions. They're just like accepting and embracing VR as just a movement and a thing that they can take advantage of this summer. Cause summer is like big convention time. Like summer and autumn have like a lot of conventions lined up in that area.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a fantastic idea with the fact that everyone's social distance and stuff like that. I think that VR is a great way to get back into it.
Yeah.
And then those who are not really interested in the big meme that is VR, there's still a lot of work that goes into like say Second Life as an example that is getting a kind of like a I guess like a Second Life itself. They've been pushing advertising really hard, and I think it's working too.
Oh, really? Have they been pushing harder? I haven't noticed.
Yeah, they've been putting it out for a while. There's a lot of ads going around showing off like some of the cooler sims that they do, and the people who inhabit them.
Mm-hmm.
There are entire communities on that. It used to be right when it came out. It used to actually be an advertising hub for big companies like Nike and Microsoft had sims there, right?
Yeah.
That would do their thing. But yeah, no, I think the virtual space that we're running into now is just it's getting cool. So
Yeah. I don't know what's gotten into me recently. Like I knew hardly anything about VR. I bought the Quest a couple months ago. Well, not a couple months ago now. It's been since what? Early March. But I bought the Quest and now I'm very in tune with that world and I keep up to date with news and things are moving fast. Like Half-Life Alyx got released. That's a huge thing for VR. Because before that, people were kind of warding off buying VR because they're like, well, there's not really a system seller, you know? Like, why would you buy a new console if there's just not a feature, like a full-length game to play on it? And now there is. And of course there have been, but most of them are just ports like Skyrim VR or Fallout VR, both of which work horribly, I want to say. Uh, Me and Trent usually fills the role on this podcast of bitching about Bethesda, but I guess I have to fill in for this week. It just works, huh?
Bethesda doesn't know how to make video games. It doesn't work. It's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, it's. Thank you for that awful Goblin Man impression. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what he sounds like, right?
Yeah, it's totally what he sounds like.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I am him, but yeah.
Yeah, you are Trent. Um, Looping to a non-video game topic. Another thing that I'm super into, that a lot of other people are super into, that I don't know if you're super into, but Hamilton got a full digital release now. Like, it's just out there. The full original cast doing it all the way through is just a thing you can watch now.
My sister was just recently watching Hamilton. It seems like a really cool Broadway musical.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that it got some really great attention. Writing is really strong. So yeah,
I'm
it sounds
super
great.
happy. I'm super happy they had the foresight to like set up a bunch of cameras and record a few performances, because you get these cool cinematic shots, and it's like I said, the whole original cast, which is something that very rarely happens when it comes to like musicals, and because theater's like a very temporary thing for some reason. Like casts switch out, shows are gone. You can't like outside of just reading the script and listening to the soundtrack, a lot of these shows are just fucking gone. Like there's not really a performance out there. But, I'm all for immortalizing art like that. But yeah, I watched it over the weekend with a couple of friends. It was a good time. Good show. Good stuff. Highly recommend it. But yeah, topics. They exist sometimes.
Video games.
Yeah,
Hey,
video games.
do we have any questions about do you have any questions? Are we interested in nice? Snap my fingers. Paper Mario Origami King.
Oh, highly interested. Yeah.
We can talk. We can talk about something I care about. Definitely, like the Origami King thing was just a cute thing.
Yeah, dude. Origami King seems like a super cool thing, honestly. Like the whole
Right.
origami gimmick. You know what? You know what really gets me?
It
Looping
gets
back around to gamers for a minute. You know what really gets me? People are mad that they're doing another paper gimmick. Isn't the whole series one big paper gimmick?
I was
How are
about to
they
say
mad
what
about
about
this?
fucking newsflash. News at 11. Paper Mario's paper in it. You brain dead idiot.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not necessarily paper. Like, they do stickers sometimes. They do, like, paint every now and again. Like, it's just an arts and crafts thing. Like, that's the theme of the series. How can you be mad at this? Just because it has a gimmick doesn't necessarily mean it won't be another Thousand Year Door, which seems to be the only thing people want. Jesus Christ, just go play Thousand Year Door already. Stop complaining.
The
Um,
perfect Paper Mario game is already out there. It's called Thousand Year Door. Go and play that one. But if you're willing to go and try something different, you're not going to be disappointed. Super Paper Mario was fucking awesome.
I'll own it. The 3DS ones were good. Like, I'm not gonna fight anybody about it, but
Ain't that a fucking mood?
maybe they're not objectively good, and maybe a lot of people won't agree with me, but I gauge, unlike some overcritical, cynical bastards out there, I actually gauge a game's quality on my enjoyment of said game, honestly. Like, I'm not like, they should have put this there and that there, or this would have worked better in the moment. I'm just like, hee-hoo, man, go jump, you know? I just have a fun time with video games. That's all I do. I don't know. Criticism is always welcomed, but I just, I have fun. I play video games. It's what happens. Speaking of video games, I hate to look back around to VR chat again, but I want to mention that my voice is a little fucky tonight on the show, and I'm sorry about that. I've been doing nothing but Wario and Strong Bad impressions for the past 3 days, and nobody can stop me, and I can't stop me, and it's a real pain.
No one can stop you. You're playing a lot of VR chat now.
Dude,
It's
yeah, it's honestly that's the killer app for VR, if I'm being honest. Because it's got infinite replay value because people are constantly making new things for it, and it's less a game and more a social experience.
oh, isn't that the fucking mood? Like that's what drew me into Second Life the first time. But yeah, VR chat's all about the social experience. Get into it.
Yeah, the game stays populated even when like VR's on a downturn at times because like you can play it in desktop mode too and just kind of fuck around there. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like I mean it's a better experience in VR obviously because that's what it was built for, but you can do desktop stuff and still have a good time and talk to people.
Yeah. I
I
mean, it fills that social need too. Being stuck inside, you'll be fine. It'll be great.
Yeah. My recent pastime in VR chat is just taking goofy pictures, honestly. It's a great time. I found the camera function and it found me and I'm just idiot photographer man. Yeah. Uh Goodness, I'm trying to think of other topics. I swear I had things for this episode. I
I don't
swear I
believe you.
did.
I don't believe you. That no, was whatever. No, I mean we got other things we can talk about. We can get into this. We got this. We
What's
got
happening?
this.
What's happening in video games? You know of
What's
any other
happening?
hot
Welcome to
news?
video games. Welcome to the hot news in video games. Give me a sweet second, baby girl. Hey, hey, exciting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Break it out.
Mm-hmm.
Topic. Check this out. Put it in. Keep an ear out. Here we go.
All right.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for now that Half-Life Alex is out and complete?
Mm-hmm.
Are we personally ready for Half-Life 3?
You know, Initially, I saw that ending. And I'm like, Half-Life 3's coming. This confirms Half-Life 3. And look, they wouldn't just leave us on a cliffhanger. And then I thought about the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 again. And I was like, yes, they totally will leave us on a cliffhanger indefinitely. They will 110% fucking do that.
Oh God, it's kind of like a thought. Oh man, maybe Half-Life. Well, maybe we'll get a Half-Life Freeman. Half-Life VR Freeman. That'll be an interesting thing.
I want to swing a crowbar at head crabs that aren't 3 polygons big in VR. Because, spoiler alert, Half-Life 1 models don't look good in desktop mode. When going into VR, Half-Life 1 models literally look papier-mâché. It's not a great look.
Half-Life 1 is not very great. Everyone enjoyed. No. There's that thing. Everything is good. Half-Life 3 is fantastic, right? But no, the Half-Life 3 is also really just rough. And excuse me, I'm dumb as fuck. The original Half-Life is really fucking rough, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I feel like it's overrated a bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Because I know a lot of people like Half-Life 2, and I understand why people like Half-Life 2. It's a good fucking game, and it's well put together, and it creates a nice world. But, I feel like a lot of that praise spills onto Half-Life 1 in retrospect. I mean, it did help establish a lot of things and build on Quake in a certain way that kind of pushed forward the FPS genre, but at the same time, in the modern era, Half-Life 1 is just an okay game.
I guess, yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hit the way that like modern games do. Yeah. But as we go along, we're learning that these older games aren't that great. Would I play GoldenEye 007 and enjoy it? Probably. Would I think it's a good game? Fuck no.
007 not recently, this has been a fucking few years ago. I'm fucking ancient, but it got a PC port. It got like a full PC port by the community.
What, GoldenEye?
GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64 got a version where you can play with mouse and keyboard, and I will honestly say that it is a much better game than the original N64 game. Mainly because FPS should not be played with a controller 90% of the time. I'm gonna level with you. I'm just more precise that way. And like I said, I'm usually not good at FPS games. And maybe that's that talking. But I'm just way more precise with a mouse.
I might be with you there. I might have to take a look at that. That sounds like that honestly sounds pretty dope. I'll have to peek at that.
It's pretty solid. Yeah, I messed around with it a bit. But, I haven't gone back to it much. If that speaks anything to you. But, yeah, I've been playing Portal recently, and that's been a time. There's a Valve game that holds up extremely well.
Surprisingly well. Yeah, I think it's because it was their big foray into... What is it called? It was their big foray into puzzle gaming, and they had a really fantastic group behind it, and so that helps. That was a huge part of that.
Yeah, pretty good premise, too, honestly. Like... Again, I loop back to the fact that a game is good when the basic gameplay loop is good, and it feels satisfying to do the core things in the game, in this case, shooting portals, and moving cubes onto buttons and shit. All that feels great, thus creating a great game. But not only that, because they went with kind of a smooth but crusty around the edges look to begin with, the fact that the graphics are now aging and it looks smooth but kind of crusty around the edges only makes it age better. Like it's not bettered because the graphics are aging, but it's not really hindered by it,
There's a lot of games. I think when games are building out into the idea of aging graphics, that's going to be what's going to make a game last a long time. If the gameplay loop is good, everyone can go ahead and jump back into Portal and say like, oh, Portal 1 and Portal 2 are entirely different, entirely different graphics wise, right? They're a generation apart.
Yeah.
But there's a new trend, and I think it's one of the coolest trends Excuse me, I said something unspeakable there. Um, no, one of the coolest trends that are coming on right now is that we're getting a lot of retro-esque titles, like modern games with modern concepts being made with retro graphics, and they're the coolest things in existence right now.
Yeah, pixel art, love it. I see that, and I see that it's starting to shift from pixel art to low poly 3D characters. And
Ah,
note to self, or note to indie game devs rather, don't kinda. And if you do it stylistically more so than like, because pixel art can be done as a cost cutting measure also. Like that retro aesthetic is also for some people because they can't afford to make higher quality graphics for the game.
oh, totally.
And if you're not going for low poly 3D model as a nostalgic kind of retro look, then like please don't, cuz I'll tell you, most of the AAA studios that did that back when that was the only way that you could do it and the big budget was there, even those look kind of shit. Even Mario 64. I will own the fact I love Mario 64 to death. I've ranted and raved about this game enough over the years to let people know that I am the Mario 64 boy. But recently I've been on a trend of, Mario 64 isn't as great as I thought it was looking back.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Mhm.
There's I think one of the folks that speaking about old earlier graphics and stuff like that, like the normal loop for Mario 64 wasn't very good, and it got increasingly better as time goes by. Especially with the what is it called? Especially with the advent of like Mario Galaxy was probably like the big shifting point with that game. Um,
Yeah.
I still think I will personally still, and this is where I will die on this hill. I still think that Super Mario Sunshine, is still the best game in the series. Right?
Ooh, that's a hot take. I
Yeah,
I agree that
there's
Mario
your hot
Sunshine is
take.
a great game and that it's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be, but the best in the 3D Mario series, I'm not sure about that one, folks.
I'll fight it. I'll
Yeah,
fight it.
yeah, defend that point for me, will you?
I'll take it though. I understand that that's not the deal. No,
No.
no, absolutely not. I won't defend that.
Okay. But the only reason I say Sunshine isn't the best, I'm not one of those Galaxy guys, cause like I see a lot of people who like Mario Galaxy. I like Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy's good,
Yeah,
but
Galaxy was good.
yeah, it just doesn't. It's not comparable, if I can say that. I mean, Sunshine, yeah, kind of leaned into there a little bit, but when you're comparing it to games like 64, I don't really think that Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy are on the same evolutionary track. I don't think so. Like, I feel like I think Sunshine is the only thing that can bridge those two together. Because I say this because Mario 64 had a much more open feel to it, in that you could go and do any mission you wanted, no matter which mission you selected on the menu. Meanwhile, well, that's in most cases. Sometimes there's very specific mission stuff that you gotta do. But Galaxy is very much, hey, you picked the first star in this world, you're gonna follow this exact path, and we're gonna remove any option to let you follow any other path. You know?
Yep.
It feels like it very much went the direction that Mario 3D Land eventually continued to take it. Have you played that game? That was a 3DS title. It's pretty good.
It hasn't really been on my list, but I'm gonna have to jump in that sometime soon.
I might be streaming it eventually. But I have very fond memories of 3D Land. I'm not saying that a linear Mario game in 3D is bad. I genuinely enjoyed 3D Land, 3D World, and both of the Galaxy games. Except, no, there's parts in Galaxy 2 that are bad to control. Yoshi is not a great thing to control in Galaxy 2 with the pointer. I'm just saying. But I just feel like Sunshine is a great game, but the only thing holding me back from calling it the best in the series is Odyssey, a game that I've yet to
Yeah.
bring up. Because Mario Odyssey, I feel like, succeeds in being the best of the 3D Marios, for me, in my opinion, because it embraces the fact that Mario 64 was a bit of a collectathon instead of trying to stray into linear territory. And it does the one thing Mario 64 couldn't, allow you to collect the fucking thing and keep
Yeah, which
collecting
is
the
what
thing without leaving the level.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's a huge point. I'll give it that. Mario 64's aspect of you get a star, you get sent back to the menu, then you can go in and do another star, even though those options were already available to you. Kind of feels dated and is very much breaking the gameplay loop slightly. Like it takes you out of it a little bit to have to jump back out of the painting and then right back in. That 2 seconds is enough to split things up a little too much for me. I like the way Odyssey does it, where you can just get a moon, and it's like, hey, you got a moon. Good job.
Hey, good job, kid. Here you go. And they give you a little slap on the butt and put you
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah, they play a little cute animation, and then they send you back out there to collect 887 more of them. But yeah, Odyssey's the only thing that stops me from calling Sunshine the best one, because I genuinely enjoyed Sunshine a lot.
Rolling back to basic graphics, have you seen a game called Wrath Aeon of Ruin?
No, I do not know these words you're speaking at me right now. What is it?
So have you ever played the original Quake?
Yeah. I assume you have as well, considering you are the man who has played Quake once. Please believe me, I have. Where are we going?
Please, God, please, God, please believe that I played Quake. Trust me. I don't lie. Trust me. My uncle worked it in. That last part's a lie.
Anyway, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Quake 1, yeah.
So yeah, Quake 1, Quake 2. Wrath Aeon of Ruin is a modern FPS, right? Is a modern FPS built out of the Quake engine.
Why?
And yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but why?
Fuck it.
Why the Quake engine?
Why Quake? Fuck it. That's why.
You know what? If Valve, looping back around to Valve, if Valve can still fucking glue shit onto the side of the Quake engine and call it their own thing, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. But guess what? That doesn't matter, right? It's not actually Valve. It's Kill Pixel and 3D Realms.
Oh no, I was just making like a reverse kind of thing, because don't you know Source and even Source 2, the one they still have, it still has a lot of the original Quake engine code in it.
That is true. That is 100%.
It's really weird.
True. But though, here's the thing, though. Right now, just wrap your mind around all this information. So basically, take it up.
Hold on a minute. Oh my god, you just wrap your mind around this. that's all I heard. Just fucking boom.
Hey, baby, try to understand this. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. I clipped the mic again. So yeah, no. Here's the fucking deal. So like, get your brain across this bullshit. So think about it. Pretend, imagine it's Quake. It's a Quake engine. It's built by 3D Realms. Kill Pixel is a really good developer as well.
Yep.
It's got music by Andrew Holschult, right? Which is the guy who made the music for Brutal Doom, Rise of the Triad, Duke Nukem 3D, Reloaded was going to be a thing. Quake Champions Medieval, Proteus is going to have a thing. And he also helped produce the music Goroth, which was featured in Doom Eternal with Chris Verena. Yeah. It's a star-studded cast with a very very small megabyte cap. It's fantastic. It's a really awesome game. If you're a huge fan of games that force you to circle strafe and throw rockets at things and overkill things, yeah, no, Wrath is awesome. Dusk is also awesome. Both of those games are great, and Andrew outdid himself on the music. The game just feels great. It's spooky as hell, and it's what I was wanting for a very long time.
I'm really happy when stuff like that happens, even though I'm not terribly attached to Quake 1 and 2 or the Quake series as a whole. But you know, I'm very happy when, like, you know, kind of like getting the fucking gang back together, man. You know, It's neat. It's neat. Like a lot of people that were in the scene like a decade or two ago, even 3 in some cases, like 3-ish decades ago, and now they're just kind of back doing it again this time, but you know, new and modern. I love it when that happens. Please, really Jesus Christ, get the original Rareware guys to make another game. Please, I beg of you. I will fucking. I'll pay $1 million. I'll fund it.
It's called Pirates. That game's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is actually a pretty good game, but that's a hill I'll die on
Wait,
too.
hold on. Sea of Thieves was rare. Rare
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, that was their return to gaming. Sea of Thieves is rareware. Yep.
Well, yeah, they tried to make a pirate game one time, and then it turned into Goofy Bear Bird game. So I guess that makes sense. They try
Yeah,
again.
Goofy Bad Bird game. Yeah, it is interesting that they fell back into that, and it's actually fun. It's a fun little party game.
Yeah, I like pirates. I like a good sea shanty every now and again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did have a topic. And it
that
just
line.
fucking hit me. No,
Yeah,
I
put it up.
genuinely
There
did.
we go. What do you have? What do you
I
have?
want to talk about the interview I did recently. Have you seen this?
I haven't seen the interview, but I know about your interview.
Oh, dude.
Is this your warrior man? Is this the big big yellow hee-hoo man?
This is the big yellow goblin man. Yes.
Yeah, the big. Hey, look, guys, look. Yes, yeah, it's
I
great.
called Wario personally on the phone, and he told me to fuck off. But no, we've recapping both for you and for the viewers at home who don't watch this show. And by the way, if you're like this far into this show and you haven't ever seen an episode of this, I'm so fucking sorry. Um, I'm kidding. This has been a great episode, but um, I've been on this search. I've been on this soul search. To find these really fucking weird, obscure Nintendo puppets that were used at E3 one time. Or, no, 3 or 4 times still. But yeah, they don't get used anymore. And I was like, where the fuck are these things? What are they doing? Where are they at? And so I go and I find these things. And apparently other people are also interested in finding these things. And next thing I know, I've got like fucking 300-ish people behind me on this. Uh, in locating this weird piece of Nintendo garbage.
And you did, didn't you?
We've got like, we know it's in one of two places. All right, it's either in Nintendo's headquarters storage building or it's with the design company that made it originally. But through this, we've unleashed the fucking gates of hell when it comes to information on these things, and we know literally every possible fact we could know about these puppets and the people who operated them. One of these people being Dale Johannes, whose name I still don't know if I'm fucking pronouncing right because I forgot to ask on the call when I was with him.
I think you got it. I think you got it right.
You've seen how it's spelled, though, right?
Johannes, yeah.
Yeah, that has to be it. Oh, you hit that with like a soft A, though. I see. Okay. I didn't even think of that as a
I have
possibility.
Swedish friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know any Swedes. They're.
Busy checking out saunas, yeah.
Yeah. They're up to some shit over there. I don't know what it is. All my favorite shit's from Sweden, but yeah, I got to sit down and I got to talk to him, and he's like, he's talking to me, and he's doing the fucking Wario voice, and I'm like, this is great. And people are doing numbers on this. This interview is getting like hundreds of views now, and it's super super fucking weird for me. But it's cool. It kind of makes me wish in retrospect that I'd thought of a better plan than he gave me a cell, and then I thought of the great, magnificent plan of get on Skype with him and like call over Skype. That way I can record it directly. And that didn't work
Nice.
because Skype was like, "Hey, we don't like your bank, so we're not gonna take your money." So I said, "Fuck it. I'll just call him on the phone and I'll hold the phone up to the mic." And the quality was genuinely like better than I expected, but not great. And I wish I had put more effort into making sure that it was great, but it was a fucking phone call at the end of the day, so it's not gonna be great.
It's a phone call. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but people are loving it, and I got him to do a few lines and talk about his status in memehood now, as the Wario with the New Jersey accent. Which is strangely fucking fitting. We all agree that Wario having a Jersey accent is extremely fucking fitting.
It should be more canon. Warriors should have a Jersey accent.
I genuinely want them to bring this man back for thing. But yeah, I'm prepping and I'm talking to him over the emails, and I'm like, hey, let me know a date and time. We'll set this up. I have absolutely zero going on. Next thing I know, I get time zones wrong. I end up waking at 7 a.m. when I didn't have to be awake till 1 p.m. So that was a fucking bummer. But interview went great. He was an amazing dude. Like, absolutely lovely. Like, I'm getting 8 to 10 minutes of answer per question out of this guy, and that's fucking astonishing for an interview.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool dude, very cool man. And I got him to do the voice, and then we ended up talking about how great Charles Martinet, voice of Mario, is as a person, because he's genuinely... I've had a few interactions with him. He's a fucking great guy. I don't know. I don't think I've... Oh, what?
Charles Martinet is a beautiful human being. So yeah, I agree.
Do you know he's well over 6 foot? I didn't know this.
Oh no, yeah, he's a fucking monster.
He's a fucking imposing man. Like, I know he's not gonna see this, but I feel bad about talking about him like that, but he's genuinely imposing, apparently.
He's a big fucking guy. Yep.
Big dude, yeah. But I got to sit down and talk with Jersey Wario, which isn't that big a deal for me. I don't mind that much, but I'm getting people fucking left and right. Like, I said, hey, I'm doing the interview. Usually when I say, hey, I'm doing a project and it'll be out, like, this week, people are like, I might get one guy in an empty theater, you know, just picture that, just, woo. But, you know, this time, the crowd was full, and I was like, the interview comes out today. And, like, I get, like, a shitload of Discord notifications asking if I could release it sooner.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Because, I don't know if you've seen any of the footage of this fucking gremlin-ass puppet, but he goes in a, there's a thing, and he goes, there's a clip of him that goes, where he's talking to this guy, and he goes, I'll tell you what, I'm off at 6, so I intentionally set the video to release at 6 p.m. Just as a meme, just as a jib. I know I've gone on for like 5-7 minutes about this now, but you know, it's a big deal. I'm having a great time, and I'm genuinely gaining an audience from this, and that's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah, now I can answer the question of what the hell? How does this guy have an audience with Wario mainly?
No. All right, that sounds 100%. But the thing is, you know, sometimes you jump on and you got it covered. I think you get it all. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's kind of stressful, but it's great. I'm loving it. But I want to. Speaking of communities, can we loop back around for a minute to talking about, because I know you mentioned for like a half second about artists in the community for Team Pixel Sunset. I want to loop back around to that and talk about how fucking great the Team Pixel Sunset community is, and just gush about them for a minute.
Me. Can you do me a favor and fuck right off with that? Yeah.
Nah, great guys and gals, and it's all a good time. And I've genuinely not had a bad interaction with a single person in there, and it's all been good.
Thank you. It's great. I am working making it even more on top of it, but it's great shit. Yeah. I think we're growing as a community. Team Pixel Sunset's fantastic, and give it a little bit more time, I think we're gonna have a great setup. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've been kind of helping out with that a bit. Like, I'll every now and again, if I see a new person in the stream that's been consistently showing up to the last few, I'll be like, hey, there's this little community on the internet where I fucking dwell.
I mean, go ahead and do yourself a favor. I mean, I encourage everyone to do this, right? If you want to hit it up, right?
Yeah.
This is it's your Discord. You should treat it like your Discord.
It's not. I occasionally slip and call it like our community, but I don't think I'd ever call it mine in any capacity, because like there's like 3-4 people that are in there because of me, and I think the most I've contributed, like as in bringing people in, was Vio, and Vio's a fucking great guy. I'll tell you that much. Love Vio, super supportive. You know, he's always on top of it. So shout outs to Vio, I guess. But yeah, great community it is, and you know, I send people over whenever they're, you know, around, and I'm like, hey, if this is a thing that you're interested in, and like just hop in, see if you like it. If you don't, you're welcome to leave.
We'd love to have you. It's great stuff.
Yeah. No hard feelings if you just like get in there and realize, oh shit, this isn't my place, and just bop out of there. No problems at all. But But yeah, it's been great hanging out there, hanging out with you, hanging out with the fellas and or gals, and it's a good time.
Hmm.
I
I think we got it going. I think it's
yeah,
a great time.
I've kind of repeated myself a couple times on that. I'm just now realizing. But yeah,
No, it's great.
we're running up on an hour. So do you got any other topics or anything before we
Uh,
skedaddle?
no,
No. All
no.
right.
That's it.
Oh, all right. Well, before we go though, I do wanna open the floor to you every single week, except for the last week and the week before. I talked to Trent and I'm like, hey, do you have anything to plug this week? And he's like, no, we'll soon. And then when he does plug a thing, it's like, yeah, I have a thing. Here it is in the description. That's it. You are a man who is good at plugs. Throw a plug out there. Show your ass to me live on the show. Let's go.
Fine, here we go. Break it out. Here we go. Hey, what's up? It's me, you rat. If you're interested in going ahead and taking a look at the wild side as usual, our buddy here, Retro, has already talked about Team Pixel Sunset. I am 100% in favor of anyone coming in and hanging out and chilling out for a little bit. However, if you're interested in popping in to a stream sometime, go and take us a look at Twitch at twitch.tv/Asaltyrat. We stream most days.
Now that is a plug. That's a lovely plug. Trent, if you're listening to this episode, that's how you do it. You idiot, you moron. I'm gonna fucking berate you live on the show. Um, see, there can't be drama and infighting if it's all out there, you know.
But just throw it out. You're done.
Yeah, just air the dirty laundry out live on the show. That's never worked out. That's never not worked out for anybody. It's fine. But yeah, I do stuff too occasionally. I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. You guys know this. I fucking Wario video coming out soon. Like I said, interview's already out. Main video on that's coming. But yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time. You know, congratulations, Retro Brett. I can't believe that you got the yellow Hiku Gremlin.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I do want to cap this episode off. So we're gonna skedaddle out of here. We've been a couple of good time Charlies over here, just having a great time, having a ball. But my Puritan relatives are gonna burst through the door any minute and burn me at the stake for having a fun time. So we might want to, that's just how it be out here in colonial America. But in all seriousness, though, we do gotta go. So, Rat, I thank you for sitting down with me and enjoying this nice, lovely Wednesday, evening. It's been so good, I forgot what day it was. But yeah, good stuff. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for having a good time. Maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, good fucking evening. Get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. But yeah, awkward outro time, I guess. Yeah.